isang abogado rin na attorney. Ano po ang masasabi ninyo dito po sa power struggle ngayon sa Senado? Last week mayroong reorganization po. Ito po ba sa tingin nyo ay naayon sa panuntunan ng ating konstitusyon?
It really dismal at saka nauseating, much less abominable. You have to remember that our country is bleeding. Much is to be attended to. Now, the focus is what is happening in the Senate. Masagwa. Saka nakakasuka. So I wish we just have to pray harder, 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 and work harder, harder, harder. Matapos na sana to so that we will all be liberated, especially by June 12. I wish, panawagan ko lang ito, MJ at saka Admar, na let's bring our heart of being freedom lovers. Maghang tayo ng mga isa-isa, Philippine flag. Kung hindi kailangan ng cloth, kahit papel or whatsoever. Everywhere, nooks and cranny, just to bring our message that we want peace, we want independence, especially we want independence. Itong nangyayari sa Senado. Saka we need to have sobriety to reign. Hindi yung nag-aaway-away, hindi mo na maintindihan. I do not, you know pretty well that I am with the Duterte, and I will always be standing, especially with Speaker Alan Cayetano and the group of Alan Cayetano. And I am going to be very outspoken about it.
Apo, attorney, dito po sa mga kaganapan ngayon, ano po ang nakikita nyo po sa, kumbaga sumasalamin ito sa lalo na sa pamumuno po. Ito ba ay makikita ba natin dito na merong kapalpakan, kakulangan sa governance o pwede bang i-invoke na hindi, separate kasi ang executive sa legislative, sa judiciary, kaya pabayaan natin sila. Ano pong masasabi niyo rito?
Sa totoo, being a lawyer, talagang there is such a thing as separation of power. Kagaya lang yan, the church and the government. But in reality, ang separation dyan, napaka-thin lang yan eh. Because no matter how you would look at it, put it all together, executive, legislative, and judiciary, they are interconnected. And they may be interdependent from each other, but for all intent and purposes, we cannot become a nation without all these institutions collaborating, coordinating, cooperating, and standing for what is good for the welfare of our own people. Kaya, sinasabi ko palagi, wag na natin separation dito, separation dan. Mabuti pa gawin natin, bigyan natin lahat ng tao ng separation pay.
Mas matutuwa pa yan sila.
Of course, yung mga back wages, kagaya ko, gusto ko na matapos yung mga kaso ko, wala naman akong kasalanan. Para mag-claim ko na yung mga back wages ko, MJ. Saka kung mag-claim ko na yun, pabalik ako dito, lilibre ko kayo ng dinner or what not. Kaya, please, ayaw ko naman na sasabog yung mga ulo ba? Ulo ng judiciary, ulo ng Senate or Congress, at saka ulo ng Malacanang. Ang mangyayari dyan, wala ng ulo, lahat, ano mangyayari? Wala na tayong gobyerno.
Opo.
Wala na rin tinitingnan natin future for our children. Wala na.
Opo. Bago lang si partner MJ, Mayor, masyado lang po bang natututukan ngayon yung usapin at issue, banggaan sa usaping politika at ang nangyayari, kawawa ang taong bayan?
The word there is cover up. Cover up because there is incompetence, no matter what. There is mismanagement. You cannot deny it. There is lack of governance. And the intention is wanting to finish the whole term. But it's not even the only intention is to extend if it can be. Because ganun yung mangyayari. Pag you're already in a certain position of power, influence, gumagana na yung mga perk, mga amenities na you're enjoying, ayaw mo na magbitiw. What is that? Greed for power. At the end of the day, your influence for the general welfare, magko-convert na yan, MJ at saka Admar, to the interest of your pocket and your self-interest. Kaya masagwa.
Mayor, may gabi.
Yes, may gabi.
Apo, Mayor, ito pong issue ngayon sa Senado, isa lang po ang bottom line nito. Hahanapin po ang pananagutan, paghahanap po ng accountability sa issue po sa flood control. Di ba po, Mayor, ang Cebu, some parts of the province, biktima po ng baha dahil po sa palpak na flood control projects.
Baha, sa totoo, in the book of my grandfather, and my grandfather became a mayor in 1938. Baha, nandyan na yan. Nandyan na yan, baha. Kaya nga sa ginigising, kasi mayroong baha, at saka nagpe-prepare pa siya ng baruto in his book. But we know too well, ang Cebu City is a city surrounded, and then there is a coastal. Saka yung Cebu City, yung pag high tide, pumapasok yung tubig, Admar, MJ, doon sa Cebu. Inland. Ngayon, kung di mo lalagyan ng mga high-tech, kagaya ng Singapore, and etc., etc., so ang mangyayari, hindi mo masosolve. Plus, makita mo yung ginawa ng DPWS. Binisita namin yan ni si Mato. One time, DNR secretary. Diba, si Mato? Doon naman nagsabi ko, Seko, tingnan mo to. Ito yung flood mitigation nila. Yung river namin, ganun kalapad, nagiging makitid. So, anong nangyayari? Mag-o-overflow. Pag mag-overflow yan, Admar, kasama na yung tao, mawawas out. Yun ang nangyayari dun sa Barangay Lusaran na malapit mag-wipe out. Doon ang nangyayari sa Barangay Bakayan. Bakayan. Yung ang daming patay. At saka nakikita mo yan na mga sasakyan nagpatong-patong. Kaya yung sinasabi mong flood control, mayroon din. Di basta-basta lang yung sinasabi mong river banks na walang laman. puro simento, pero walang ano ba yun, yung bakal.
Ampaw lang siya.
Ampaw talaga. At saka minsan ito yung original sinasapaw ba? May sapaw say English?
Tinatapalan.
Dinagdagan lang. Pagdating ng undescribable water flow, yung nagiging yung talagang grabe yung tubig, wash out yun. Collapse yun. Kaya yung mga flood, ewan ko, I wish, hindi kasama sa Bisgaya na ilan pa yung hindi pa na sinasabing matters about 150? Ano ba? 150 contractors?
Mga ano daw?
150 public officials?
Public officials.
Wow! I pray na hindi sana aabot doon sa Cebu City. At saka hindi aabot sa province of Cebu. So, yung mga ganon, MJ, we are not spared. Cebu City, because we are a coastal city.
Gaano kahalaga, Mayor, para po sa inyo, lalo pa sa mga taga Cebu, Cebu Province, Cebu City, na magkaroon po ng hustisya para po dito sa pagkamal ng pera ng bayan sa flood control anomaly? Nasa bilyones daw yan, Mayor
Ano po? Ano po? No?
Bilyones yung involved sa kickbacks.
Alam mo naman eh.
Nag-deliver ng maleta, Mayor.
Billions. At saka utang natin, trillions. Ang dami. It's a litany na nagiging irreversible. Kaya Sara has to ascend to put sanity to this malady as President of this Republic.
Mayor, compare po natin ang last 2 years ni FPRD and itong remaining days o remaining months o remaining years ni President BBM. Noong 2020 to 2022, ang malaking hamon po ng Duterte government, Mayor, was the COVID-19 pandemic. Pero sa abot ng kanilang makakayo noon, kanilang ginampanan lang ang trabaho. In this last 2 years po ng Marcos Jr. government, anong assessment mo, Mayor?
Pareho naman kami PRRD He was a COVID president and I was a COVID mayor.
Mayor.
And then I became a COVID mayor because yung mayor ko at a certain time, nagiging vice mayor ako, saka naging mayor ako, naging vice mayor siya, he died. So, and he was already much of medically challenged, so I ended up really putting the compass with all the people, be it in a multisectoral, talagang tinatrabaho namin yan. Kagaya ni PRRD. Focus talaga kami doon. Kaya Cebu City, Admar, we are claiming to be one among the first to have been emancipated from the quagmire of the effect of COVID. Kaya iyon ang ginagawa ni PRRD, ginagawa ko rin yun as mayor of the city of Cebu.
Pero ngayon, Mayor, mukhang hindi COVID ang kalaban, politika eh. At worst, Mayor, ang kalaban mo, kapwa mo Pilipino. Yung last 2 years ni FPRD, kalaban mo, virus eh.
Kaya nga, it's just unfortunate. Kaya dasal. At saka gawa. Yan ang pinaka-importante. Hindi lang dasal, gawa. Ano ba yung gawa? Gagawa tayo ng hakbang para malalaman ng administration natin na enough is enough. Tapos na. Eh kung di nyo kaya, andyan naman si Sara. Pag nag-ascend na si Sara, we will all have to help her. Help, and she needs all our help. Kaya yung hakbang natin, talagang i-prepare natin sarili natin. Pag si Sara na maging presidente, kailangan tulungan natin. Hindi yung we will become with crab mentality, ipababa na naman natin si Sara. Eh, mali yun.
Pero pumapasok nga po, Mayor, issue po ng perpetuation of powers. Kasi nga, sinabi po sa isang privilege speech ni Senator Amy Marcos na mukhang plano po nila mag-CONAS, Constitutional Assembly, no election scenario sa 2028, sila na naman po after po yung scheduled elections sa susunod na 2 taon. Anong masasabi mo doon, Mayor, bilang abogado?
Hindi papayag, especially nagdasal yan. I wish continuously nagdasal si Pastor Kibuloy. Sigurado kung, Pastor, nandiyan ka, namusta ko sa iyo, ipagdadasal mo, please. We had that problem before, 20 years. We have that problem before. People are just thinking for themselves. And they're not thinking about the welfare of the Filipino people. And especially the future of our children. Wow! Term extension, we call it no election, but focus on how they can expand through Constituent Assembly. I really dislike Constituent Assembly. Pag gusto natin talagang Constitutional Convention. Kasi sa Constitutional Convention, ikaw ay sana binisaya, piliun man ka, you will be elected. Huwag kayong pipili ng constitutional delegate na hindi nga alam ano yung konstitusyon. Kaya nga, you must be very careful na pag sino yung sasama sa Constitutional Convention, talagang mayroon siyang sektor that he or a group fighting for certain interest or can be too influential to come up with a new constitution that responds to the multisectoral need. Kasi itong 1987 Constitution natin, after my brother na papa ko, Napoleon Rama, he used to be in 1973, majority floor leader. Pagdating ng 1987, he became the Vice President for the Visayas. Para sa akin ba, Vice President for the Visayas. Itong 1987, I was told that the 1987 is a compromise constitution. Alam mo ba? Compromise. Tingnan mo, sino nakapasok dyan sa 1987 Constitution? Hanggang ngayon, nag-expand na. Nag-expand na, ang dami na. Ano ba ibig sabihin? Dami na. Kaya may party list. Hanggang ang party list, hindi mo na maintindihan. Nagiging party list. Ano ba yan? Lista ng party? Or party ng lista? What? So kaya, I wish, no? MJ and Admar, pagdadasal natin ating bayan, please, enough na yung mga utak ng constitutional or assembly or extension. Masagwa.
Opo, at saka lalo na Mayor ngayon, kung babasahin po ang comment section sa ating mga kabayan, hustisya po ka nalang hinahanap. Hustisya talaga sa flood control eh.
Of course.
Talagang number one. Lalo na Mayor, tag-ulan na ngayon.
Dapat yung sa Cebu nga, Mananga, nakita mo doon, sus Marisep, yung isang malapad na river, nilagyan ng mitigation ng DPWH. Nag-giveaway yung, kasi ang malapad na river, binabakitid mo, nakatag-uwan na lang. Diba? Rainy season is just within our midst. So, please, maglinis tayo from the household. Mayor ako, meron akong every quarter clean up drive. Every quarter yan. Pangalawa, mismo sa barangay, you institute clean up, especially the riverbank, yung sarili mong bahay. Take care of your own garbage. Kasi pag hindi mo tinake yung garbage at mar, alam mo mangyari, pupunta yan sa bahay nyo ang garbage. Kasama ng tubig. Kukunin yung lahat. We do not wish na ang kasama tao na.
Mayor, bago lang si partner Admar ulit, nakikita kasi ng ating mga kababayan na kung hindi rin magtagumpay itong pagsusulong nila ng CONAS, Constitutional Assembly, naunang PI, People's Initiative, naunang kinontra yun ng makararami Mayor.
Kami.
Oo.
Kami ni Digong. We were against it. Talagang sinusulong nila doon. Kaya nga nag-umpisa yung oppression ko. Because I stood. Ako lang isang elected mayor. Inisyohan ko sila ng rally permit. Because I was not in favor of PI.
People's Initiative.
Mabuti na lang PI. Pero alam mo naman, pag si Digong magsasalita ng PI,
Iba naman yun.
iba naman yun. But anyhow, ayaw ko yun. Ayaw ko yun. Because mayroon pang, wag yung People's Initiative kasi I do not want to demean our constituents. But let's go back to the very effective long time, 1935 pa, hanggang umabot, pumasok yung martial law, pumasok naman si Cory. Kaya mayroong Constitutional Convention. Yun ang pinaka-importante. Wag yung People's Initiative, my God, ang mangyayari dyan pocket initiative.
Uy.
Yeah, because ang ginagawa mo, pinapirma yung mga tao. Isa yung kamay nila, wala noon. Para during the martial law. Kumain na ba kayo? Hindi pa. Sinong gusto kakain? Ganon. Tapos, they have already voted. And then the finding of the Supreme Court, the word is acquiescence. So that's precisely the reason why we knew that yesterday the Constitution was being ratified. And that's why it became the 1972 Constitution.
Opo. Mayor, let's test your wisdom, no? Kasi nakikita rin ang possibility ng martial law, Rev Gov. Anong tingin mo doon, Mayor?
Martial law.
Martial law, tapos revolutionary government na sunod. Parang naulit nung kasaysayan ng tatay niya.
Alam mo, it's a defeatist move. Defeatist. Parang there is absence of conscience. Wala na. It's not only defeatist, sabihin natin, bankruptcy. It has reached a point that there is bankruptcy of solution. I-termine mo hanggang 2028. Hindi nga nakikita natin light at the end of the tunnel. So therefore, we must already be praying strongly so that Sara Duterte, and she should be ready and we should all be helping. Huwag na natin pag-iisipin pa yung extension, martial law, napaka-defeatist yan. Taong bayan, huwag naman. Kasi pag ginagawa nila, alis, abot na nga tayo. Layo kasi ako, nandun ako sa Cebu eh. Pag mayroon na akong, wala naman ako helicopter, wala akong replano. But to bring you to yesterday, I was reviewing in Ateneo when Ninoy was killed. I never miss, Admar, of all those protests, MJ, in Ayala. I never missed all those burial and wake of Cory, Noynoy, and Ninoy. In other words, I've always had my heart because I love God, I love my country, and I love my family.
Mayor,
Yes, sir.
Dito naman po tayo sa usapin po ng satisfaction rating ng kasalukuyang Pangulo po natin. Sa kasaysayan po nating bansa, Mayor, talagang pag-upo pa lang ng presidente, mataas talaga yung satisfaction rating, mataas yung grado.
Normal
At
yun.
pag alis niya, mababa. Parang na-break lang yata yung record during sa panahon ni former President Rodrigo Duterte
Yes,
na mas
that's right.
mataas pa kumpara doon sa kanyang pag-upo, no? Pero ngayon po, meron pang at least 2 taon bago ang next na election. Masyado bang napaaga na bagsak agad yung net satisfaction, negative 15 ang net satisfaction rating po ngayon ng Marcos?
Alam mo, meron akong listahan doon sa Cebu, MJ. Ito, kawawa na naman, no? Yung earthquake sa Davao. Ilang earthquake na ba na pumapasok sa country natin? Okay. Now, aabot ng bagyo. Tapos, ang dami yung listahan eh. Yung hair follicle, listahan ng debt servicing natin, listahan ng inflation, unemployment, underemployment, listahan ng korupsyon. Wow! Paano yung maaakyat yung satisfaction rating when all of this litany is creating dissatisfaction? So do not be surprised that it will continue to be. Continue yan, hindi na yan mapipigilan. That's why I've always been maintaining that the ascension of Sara as president is unpredictable, predictable, and inevitable.
Pero sa kabila po nito, Mayor, meron pa rin silang paliwanag, palusot, rason, bakit ganito yung naging grado ng kasalukuyan pong administrasyon. Kasi sa kasalukuyan naman daw, meron naman daw pong mga hakbang na ginagawa po ang administration. Sinabi pa nga na baka yung natanong daw hindi naabot ng tulong ng gobyerno. Kaya negative yung gradong ibinigay. Tingin niyo po ba itong hindi nagsisinungaling itong mga datos na ito at ito mismo yung nangyayari sa ground?
Alam mo, anywhere I go, sasakay ako ng taxi dito. Pupunta ko anywhere in Cebu, and then some municipalities by chance, whatsoever, is simple lang ang tanong ko eh. Marcos Duterte, hahanap ka ba? Alam mo, sila pa magsusupply sa'yo. Bago lang meron ko ng kausap, no, taga, let's say, I just want to protect them. Couple, sabi pa sa akin, no, Mayor, ang dami namin. Puro Duterte kami. Hindi yan ordinaryo, ha? Public official. Puro Duterte sila, Sara. So, I don't want to be exaggerating, but that is the truth. That is the temperature of the ground. Hirap hanapin. Paano ba makasabi kang BBM? Paano mo masabing Marcos? Kung nakikita mo yung mga problemang hindi na solve, pag makikita mo yung nangyayari dyan sa Senado, pumapasok pa yung Malacanang, re-recognize yung ano bang ascendancy ng Malacanang to recognize who should be the speaker. If there is an impasse about the speakership, if it is justiciable, then the court will resolve. If it is a political question, then the separation of power will set in. So it will now be resolved among them. But no other institution, especially Malacanang, to come in. Otherwise, ano mangyayari ang governance natin kung isang institution is being influenced by other institution? And we always have understood the meaning of separation of power. Congress has the plenary power to legislate. That is absolute power to make laws. Executive, once all these laws are already been approved, their power is to execute. And the judiciary is the body of the last resort. Bago ko lang binasa doon, no, sa kasong Abilino versus Cuenco, nandun meron yung statement doon, no? Yung Malacanang pala, inferior kaysa Congress. Gawa mo, ha? Tingnan mo. Sino bang gumagawa ng batas? Congress. Sino nag-i-execute? Ang executive. Ibig sabihin, sino bang nag-i-implement? Ibig sabihin, ayaw naman natin sabihin na follower or ano ba yung helper lang sila or pero ang power ng Congress talagang hindi mo basta-basta kasi profound yun. Very profound ang power ng Congress. Kaya nakita ko doon, oh, first time ako nakikita, oh, yung Malacanang or the executive has become much inferior than Congress.
Opo, Mayor, nag-umpisa po na bumagsak yung kanyang net satisfaction rating ng kasalukuyang administrasyon. 2025 pa. January, nag-plus 9 na siya, single digit yon, no? Mula sa plus 19. At after nun, puro negative na yung net satisfaction rating. Nakikita niyo po ba na merong pagbabago sa galaw ng pamumuno? Or ano ba ang nakikita niyo po ba na dapat baguhin, lalo na sa polisiya po, kakayanin pa ba sa remaining? Kasi alam natin, mayroong terminong ginagamit, nagiging lame duck na kapag papatapos at papatapos ng termino o papalapit na ang susunod na presidential election, attorney.
Alam mo, Admar, MJ, the only thing that they ought to be bringing to all and sundry is apology. Wala akong nakikitang that there is still, we call it, light at the end of the tunnel. Wala. It has become so much being insurmountable na yung solusyon sa nangyayari sa ating bansa talagang change. We've got to have a change of leadership. Pero hindi rin guarantee yan pag hindi natin tulungan yung leadership. Saka at least yung sinasabi mo, will there be anong mangyayari? Mayroon ba tayong maraming pera ba tayo? Maraming pera ba tayo?
Sa maleta.
Eh, saan yung maleta? Pwede ba natin isa-isahin yung how many people do we have now? 115 million?
Opo.
Alam mo, MJ, pag sinasabi mong, will there be positive diyan? Wala. Wala. Talagang wala. Eh, hindi mo pa mapipigilan yung calamity. Paano mo mapipigilan? Mapipigilan mo yung earthquake? Aabot na ng 8, sus marisip. Kaya, palagi ko sinasabi yan, we must shift. Ang shifting natin ngayon is, we must strongly pray. Kaya, Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, help us pray. Lahat na believers, we must enhance our faith. And we cannot just be enhancing our faith. We must couple it with action. Ay ano yung action? Action from the household, then to the sitio, to the barangay, at tulong-tulungan tayo. Lahat. Hindi pa yan guarantee. Hindi pa, I'm telling you, it's not because too much destruction has befell our nation.
Opo. Huli na lang po, attorney. Tingin niyo po ba may bigat pa kung meron siyang i-endorso sa 2028?
Sino?
Ang kasalukuyan po nating presidente ngayon.
Aabot pa sila ng 2028. Yun ang question. I mean, if they're thinking na aabot pa sila ng 2028, ito nangyayari sa Congress, my God, House of Representatives, itong nangyayari sa Senado, wow! Tapos, yun, nakikialam pa ang Malacanang sino magiging Senate President, i-recognize or whatsoever. Nabasa ko yung Abilino Cuenco. Nabasa ko yun eh. Inasa ko bago ako pumunta dito. Kaya, ewan ko, magdasal tayo na wala ng earthquake, wala ng typhoon, wala ng malady na darating.
Opo.
Kasi kung hindi natin mai-stop yan, what is to be expected in the future? We do not have the money. Do we have the money?
Nasa mga korap po.
Mabigay na balik sa kaban ba yun?
Opo.
Yung treasury. Tapos i-divide natin sa mga tao.
Opo. Ang tas-tas na rin ng utang natin.
Hindi na lang utang natin, yung dollar, naging senior citizen na.
Correct.
Opo.
Kaya wag na tayong magbiruan, wag na tayong magtawanan. Wala ako makikita. I do not see light at the end of the tunnel. Wala.
Siguro
I'm sorry.
Opo, bilang panghuli na lang po, Mayor, mensahe niyo na lang po sa ating mga kababayang nanonood at nakikinig sa kasalukuyan.
Lalo na malapit ang Independence Day, Mayor.
Kaya nga, balikan ko. Ako'y nananawagan. Please, di man kayo magko-convene anywhere else. Let's show our flag in our own household. Display the flag because that flag will always bring you patriotism, heroism, and nationalism. Yun ang kailangan natin. Kailangan natin ng self-sacrifice, no gain without pain, no reward. There's no prize if you don't also work for the prize. So, ladies and gentlemen, maraming salamat, Is Iminay. Maraming